hands down best heart rate monitor on the market for sure. I am so glad with it. You know, I had 3 or even 4 cheap Chinese heart rate monitors before I purchased this one, and first 2 I was just, it was like gift to me, you know, so I didn't really pay my own money, because I know that when you buy cheap stuff you will most likely face some glitches, you know. So I decided to you know, pay some money for it, you know, because in China you can get a regular heart rate for like maybe $10, but this cost like 60. So Wahoo Tickr, I think, yeah, Wahoo Tickr, the heart rate monitor and strap, best thing ever, you know, if you want to train with heart rate. It's just almost nothing, $60 for the device that I was able to train for the last 9 months, probably almost, you know, without a power meter, and pace myself amazingly, you know, like all the, even I was racing with this stuff lately, you know, and was pacing myself with it. So it's just a matter of determining your zones, which is easy, you know, once you do some rides, you know, do some hard rides, and you see what's your max heart rate and stuff. So it's almost like with power, but it's not absolute for sure, but you can pace yourself. So if you are just starting, you know, and you don't have enough money, you know, like you want the tool to progress in cycling, I believe heart rate can get you up there pretty far, you know, like you can actually get really fit with this stuff. I think totally without it, I would be completely blind, because some days, you know, like as you all know, you can have a higher heart rate, you can have lower heart rate, but it's not only that, but that when I was just starting with it, I had no idea where my zones are, you know. I had no idea what it means to go zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, you know, like, and if you don't know that, it would be completely difficult to actually determine how to pace yourself on those long rides, because you can go too deep and then pay for it, or if you want to go for a ride like for 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe limited time, maybe even hour, you know, you won't be able also to tell how hard you're going, you know. And we're not talking like power, right, that will exactly show you how hard you're going, but it will more show you like how your body responds to the effort you're doing. But it's still pretty valuable, you know, compared to not having any numbers at all, right? So for sure, I totally recommend it. I think it's the best heart rate on the market. I could only compare with the cheaper heart rate monitors from China. I didn't really tend to test the Garmin original heart rate monitors, but I'm pretty sure this stuff is valued by lots of people. So I'm still using it. You know, now I have a power meter. Got it last week, but this thing I will still be using because it's so valuable. Once you have like power and heart rate, you can see, you know, completely how your body is responding, you know. And to be totally honest with you, once I got power meter, it's gonna be another video, but once I got power meter, I was much more able to pace myself accordingly, because I already knew how to pace myself with the heart rate according to my zones, and I established them. And luckily my zones of heart rate, you know, were pretty close to my zones of power, and I'll be talking about it in the next video, which means that I'm fine. You know, there are different variables, especially like if you're totally unfit, your zones of power could be much lower, you know, like for instance, if you're going zone 1 or zone 2 by power, you know, your heart rate can be elevated to zone 3 or 4, you know, and it can be elevated by different things, but it just means your overall fitness is probably a bit low, you know, you gotta train. But yeah, like, and as well, like pros, you know, they, like, once again, once you're at that really high level where your heart rate is even on the lower zone than your power, right? So when you're going like power zone 3, you know, but your heart rate would be like power, like zone 2, you know, or even zone 1 high end. It's when you're totally so fit, you know, like almost pro athlete. And then it becomes very crucial for you to train with power, because you wouldn't be able to simply tell, you know, how hard you're going, because you can pretty much go deep in your heart rate, but it's going to be just anaerobic in your power, you know, just you will be just pushing so hard all the time, just because your body is so fit and used to the training load that you're giving it. So it will be just inaccurate to train with heart rate only. But once you're at that level, you have to think about it. But honestly, when you're just starting out and you have especially the weight to lose, right, just go with the heart rate, and it's gonna give you like first year, I would say, like half a year at least, you are fine. Especially if you need to lose weight, maybe first year, you know, go with heart rate, go easy, zone 2 all the time, roll around, zone 2. Don't think about going hard, don't think about intervals. Just go zone 2 all the time, and you're gonna build a huge base, you're gonna lose shit ton of weight, you're gonna become just overall so much more fit. So Wahoo Tickr, 100% recommended, for sure. Yeah, this is it. Thank you for watching, guys. Get yourself a heart rate, get yourself a bike computer or phone if you're fine. You actually really just can use your mobile phone and pair it with your Wahoo device and use Strava app to roll around in zone 2. Like when you once again, if you're just starting out, that's all you really need. So yeah, think about it. Not sponsored by Wahoo. I wish I would be sponsored. I wish I was sponsored by anyone, you know. But what you want from the channel, less than 300 subscribers. So anyway, thank you for watching, guys. See you in the next one.